It's Chris Fire.
Chris Bowling, what's up?
Hey,
Morning.
CB. Happy December.
Happy December.
We are seeing a lot of change within the health insurance market this renewal cycle. I know
Yes.
we touched on it a few months ago that we were expecting double-digit increases. It has been chaos, at least in the Illinois market, with 20, 30, 40, 50% fully insured increases.
Crazy.
Various reasons for that.
Right.
It hasn't been as bad in other states, but yes, Illinois has been a challenge. So if we look at that, we're seeing a lot of employers that have said, no way would we ever self-fund our health plan. Start looking at it or make the move quickly to mitigate that cost increase. We've talked about it for a while that your data has to make sense, but why are we seeing employers that traditionally have never said yes looking at self-funding now?
The path they are on is not, well, they just can't continue on this path. I
It's
mean,
done. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
trying to find the right word without offending
Yeah.
anybody, and
Yeah.
it's just not sustainable. I mean, who
Yeah.
who can afford? I mean, shoot, Chris, we had one client that their budget increased $500,000.
Yes.
How do
Yes.
you how do you how do you budget for that?
Yeah.
You know?
And I think we saw this over the summer. We had a nonprofit client that had been hit back
Yes.
to back with 20% increases, renew, and
Yes.
then make the decision to go self funded to get some control. We had a client, as we're talking today, finishing up implementation to move self funded, who had always said, no way. But I think
Yes.
two things is we're recognizing that even in a fully insured health plan, there is still reinsurance in that plan. Your fully
Absolutely.
insured carrier is not taking on all that
Right.
liability. And as we've been able to dive into that review with our data team and figure out you're getting charged a lot more than you would in a self-funded market. If we can help you control your claims, we can help you control pharmacy. Even just on the reinsurance side, it's made sense for a lot of employers.
Yeah. People believe that this is an unknown risk, but within the renewal is the polling charge, and the
Yep.
polling charge is the reinsurance charge. So if they're
Yes.
spending $800,000 of their premiums aren't even being counted towards their loss ratio, right?
Yep.
Because it's
Yep.
just reinsurance premium.
Yeah.
Well, when you dive into it and you show them exactly what they're paying for underneath a fully insured contract, they're way better off. And
Yeah.
again, this is in certain situations. Not everybody should pull the trigger to be in a self-funded contract.
No, no, and we've seen that too, where we just said this is in your best interest to stay there because your risk your risk is right for a fully insured health plan because at the end of the day, fully insured, you're just offloading risk to that carrier for a year and dealing with it 12 months later. Self-funded, we actually can see what's happening throughout the course of the year. And I think, it does take an engaged employer that wants to know what's happening, that wants to monitor the budget. It's not more work, it's more monitoring, I think,
Yeah.
throughout the course of the year.
Right. How many times
Yeah,
have we heard, well, do we have to hire a full-time person if we have a self? No.
no,
And if
that's
you,
us.
yeah, and if
That's
you do,
us.
then something's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, where we're seeing, that shift happen is just employers then also being able to say to their team, we're all in this together. Instead of us being out of no control over what happens to us based on a carrier, it's our money, it's your payroll deductions together, helping make this work. And we're seeing, a lot of employees jump on that idea of I can make a better choice and get rewarded, which means the plan is viable for the future, which means increases are lower. I think we're going to see this trend continue on, and we've kind of built the architecture for how to move a fully insured group into self-funded and
Very
make
true.
it work. And then the hard work starts to keep that sustainable. But I see us moving quite a few next year.
Well, you and I know when we come into that renewal season, we already cringe at what's going to happen to our fully insured groups because we have
Yeah.
zero control over that. But
Yep.
how many clients do we have that have gone fully insured to self-funded that have not had a budget increase in 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 years?
Yeah. I mean,
That's
we just
not
had a client that let's see, we moved them self-funded. I think it was 2018, and this is their second year in a row. I'm sorry, second year that they've applied a massive reduction to employee contributions in that time frame because the budget makes sense.
you can't do
Um,
that in a fully insured contract.
no, there's
You're,
just no way.
hate to say it, but you're praying and hoping for a good
Yep.
renewal because you have no
Yeah.
control to change the outcome, you know?
I will say our underwriting team has done a good job of negotiating renewals and
Yes.
being able to pick apart the renewal. But the challenge is, does that carrier care?
Right.
If they're the only player in the market and they say, nope, this is where we're going to sit, you've got to be ready to make a different move. So I'm excited for where that comes next year, because we got a whole lineup of clients and prospective clients that we're evaluating for that transition in the year 26 for 27. And I think we're continuing to make an impact on their long-term budget and making benefits better for their employees.
It will be great. Unfortunately, and this is not about us, it's twice the work when we have a self-funded client versus a fully insured
Yes.
client. So
Yeah, we got to get
it's
it
like
up and off the ground. So
it's twice the
fair
work,
enough.
and you just figure out how to deal with it, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Great
No, good
conversation.
connecting. Good
Yeah,
to see you,
thanks for
sir.
sharing. We'll see you. All right, bye.
All right, bye bye.